question from Russ.
Yeah, Carlik, Russ Brown, Kentucky Today. Two-part question, really. Have you noticed any additional enthusiasm, optimism, so forth, since you broke that 2-game losing streak and beat Duke? And then secondly, you were scheduled for 7 days off or a week off. Are you glad to be playing instead of practicing?
As far as like the feeling, after beating Duke, it was kind of, just a great feeling to get back in the win column, to kind of get that, bad taste out our mouth, especially from, the Miami loss, a game that, we definitely felt like we should have won, but we didn't come out ready to play. And then likewise with, Florida State, we didn't come out ready to play against them, and, they kind of jumped on us and we got a hole and wasn't able to, pull out of it. But it just feels great to get back in the winning column. And I think the momentum from that will keep us going a little bit. And then as far as the game, me personally, I never complain about games. It is a little different for it to just be thrown on to our schedule. And I think Coach Mack said that we weren't supposed to play them until like another few weeks, I believe. But I'm all for the games. I'd rather, of course, play games before practice, but practice also gets us ready and gets us better. So,
thank you.
To Shannon.
Hey, Carlik. A lot was made before you came here about you not being highly recruited out of high school and having a chip on your shoulder. Now that you're here and have quite a few games under your belt, do you still have that same personal motivation to kind of prove people wrong, or is it different now because you're on a different level playing different competition?
I would still say it's the same. I still feel like I'm proving myself. Don't get me wrong. I do, see some of the accolades and appreciate some of the accolades that I am getting, but I'm still hungry. I'm still, motivated to still be always the best player on the floor, the best leader I can be, and a winner. So I think my motivation and me being determined is all still the same.
And as a follow-up to that, why do you think it is that you were overlooked coming out of Aiken? Like what looking back now, do you feel like people weren't seeing about your game?
Honestly, I've put a lot of thought into that. I truly don't know. I tried to come up with a few things. I tried to think what was necessarily my size. Maybe the fact that I didn't shoot it that well from three when I was in high school. But I really haven't wrapped my head around it, because I'm still one of the same size I was in high school. I mean, I might have got a little bigger as far as weight and muscle, but I'm still the same height. And then my first 2 years of college, I didn't shoot the ball from three as well, but I was productive. I scored the ball. I helped my team win and stuff like that. So I honestly don't know why.
To Michael.
Hey, Carlik, you kind of touched on it a little bit there, but obviously the nation's starting to take notice now. One of the top 10 guys for the Bob Koozie Award for the top point guard in the country. How's it feel to get recognized by something like that?
Oh, it feels amazing. Like I said, just knowing how much work I've put in, how much unseen hours I've put in the gym and stuff like that, and for it to finally being recognized is a great feeling. But I try not to let it, get me big-headed, or, I try not to let it, stop me from being so hungry or getting to, where I want to be as far as with the season and individual goals.
Any other questions? Go to Dominique.
Hey, Carlik, Dominique Gates with the Courier-Journal. I know it was a quick turnaround, but have you been able to learn anything about Clemson and impressions or watching the games this year? And if so, just what are your thoughts on them?
No, I really haven't got to learn too much. I know we talked a little bit about, the kind of things they do in practice. I mean, not in practice, like how they kind of play. I kind of heard that they play through their big man. I think his name is Amir Sims. I don't know if I pronounced that right, hopefully. But I know that, they're a good team. I know you can't really sleep on anybody in this conference. You have to, pull up to every game, with the respect of the other team and just, like I said earlier, just readiness. I did play against Clemson a few years ago with Radford, and I do remember some of the players that are on the team. So I'm kind of familiar with some of the players on their roster. So I'm definitely looking forward to this game.
Go to Michael and then Kent.
Hey, Carlik, Coach Mack mentioned before the last game and even after the Duke win that playing time, whether it's starting or when you're coming off the bench in general, is determined by how the guys are practicing. And Quinn mentioned that competition's kind of risen. Have you seen that carry over since the Duke win, and how's that, you think, impacting the team?
Yes, I definitely think it's carried over. Honestly, I think it's a good thing. And I feel like it's definitely impacted the team. Guys are, I feel are practicing and playing harder. I guess guys feel like they're really now their time to earn their minutes and stuff. I don't think it's good that it's, just now clicking with them that practicing hard and what you do in practice, earns you minutes and stuff. But, I'm glad that Coach Mack kind of, put that out for everybody to hear. And now I guess nobody feels, comfortable. A lot of people, I feel like, got comfortable with their spots and just thought that, oh, nobody can take my spot. Like, this is, my minutes and whatnot. But with Coach Mack saying that, I think it just, made everybody hungrier and it made everybody, want to compete more. And little do people know, like, when you competing against your teammate or whatever every day and y'all both are fighting for minutes, y'all not only, fighting for minutes but for yourself, but y'all also making each other better. And I think we keep doing that, we'll be a pretty solid unit.
Last one for Carlik from Kent.
Yeah, Carlik, how do you feel like, through the course of the season, the chemistry with you and David in the backcourt has kind of materialized? And who kind of determines, who's on the ball, who's off the ball when you guys are in there together? Is that something that you guys have kind of gotten in the flow with, or is that something that Coach Mack draws up for you?
I feel like our relationship has gotten stronger. Just, the more and more we practice and play together, we just learn each other's, strengths, weaknesses, what we like, what we don't like, where we rather catch the ball, where we want the ball and stuff like that. So I think that's huge, especially for, us to be a backcourt. And then it just as far as like us, switching on, bringing the ball up the floor, that all has started between us. Coach Mack, just told us that if we were going to do that, then we need to know, both positions. And I think me and Dave kind of told him, like, well, shoot, at the point guard position, we kind of need to know everybody's position, because if we don't, we can't tell, where to go and, where they need to be. But it kind of started on our own. If, I'm getting pressured or something like that and nobody's guarding Dave, I'll just tell Dave to come grab it and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty good.
Carlik, thanks for your time. We'll be back with Coach Mack shortly.
Thank you.